I'm going to go ahead. Okay, so now we're recorded. So first of all, I would love to know, I know Amy, I can see your name, but I can't see your face. And Monica, and I don't know, Tia, have you been on here before? And so, we've got lots of new faces tonight, which is really, really exciting. And for those of you who didn't hear, so were there 5 or 6 of us that went to the Success Summit? So Lisa Durbin, Claire, Tanya, myself, and Jenna, and Kelly Piaskis. And I don't know where Kelly and Jenna are, but I know that Lisa had a conflict and Claire had a death in the family. So they're not going to be able to join us, but they both promised me that they would put together a Voxer message that I could send out to the rest of the team so that they can share their takeaways. But so, for those of you who don't know, this second call, we have our first call the first Wednesday of the month, and then we have the second one on the third Monday of the month. And a lot of times we just kind of like these to be almost like a fellowship, kind of a more casual, kind of talk to each other kind of thing. But because we just had the Success Summit a couple weeks ago, and right after that we had Wendy training us, I really wanted to give these ladies that invested their time to go to the Success Summit an opportunity to share. And then and I know, Jen, have you been to the Greenville Regional yet? When is that?
The Raleigh Regional.
Raleigh Regional.
Not this weekend, it's next weekend.
Okay. All right, good. So I would love, and I know that there were several ladies that went to the Chicago Fest too, so we didn't give you guys an opportunity to do that in this format, but certainly it's always really a great idea to share, not only share what you learn, but to then take that learning and implement it into your business and then share what fruit you've been able to reap from that. So that's what I'm hoping that we'll hear tonight. And right now it looks like it's going to be Tanya and I. And then, and there was a lot. So I'm going to let you go first, Tanya.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay. So the 5 big things that I took away from the from Success was the having a buddy, which I do not have yet, but I'm really, really working on it. So, because I can really see how that would help me, just with having parties and doing different events. So that was one of the biggest things, which I also heard at Chicago Fest, was Jay Martin said, have a buddy. And he kept saying that over and over and over again. The other thing was keeping everything simple. So, which I think before I was kind of like trying to complicate things, and Michelle knows this, I'm always second guessing myself. So I'm trying to do better about keeping it simple. And then the 5 R's. So that was relationships, referrals, results, and recruiting, and then repeat. So I've been trying to work on that too, but that was one of the biggest things I took. And then having a clear mindset, the proper mindset. And so I've been listening to like positive CDs in the morning, and then kind of to go with that one too is reading more books that they recommend. So I've been trying to do that like every morning, even if it's just a couple pages, but I've noticed how it really clears my mind. And I've been reading it at night too, because after a hectic day, I'm kind of just, burned out or whatever. But so that's been helping me. And then having events. So trying to do better about filling up the calendar, but I can see where having the events and having more people to your home or wherever, but I think that could really benefit, anybody. But yeah, so I've been trying to do that too. But that was one of the other bigger things that I took away. Awesome. I kept it really short, Michelle.
Right. That's good. Yeah. Well, when we originally planned on doing this, we thought there were going to be 6 of us sharing for 3 to 4 minutes each, and that time would just fly by. So I'm going to go through some of my notes that I took. For those of you who don't know who Wendy Vance is, Wendy is a national marketing director who is also on the eWall team, and she lives in Virginia, and she is a mother of 6, and she came up and to the Success Summit and did some training. And this really literally this event had conference caliber training. And so I just encourage you guys, I hope that everybody that's on here and everybody who's watching this, later after when they're watching the recording, I hope all of you guys are planning on investing the time in your business to come to conference. And if you can't make it to conference, just know that these boot camps and regionals are really, they're critical too. And I really believe that, we call them big rocks. You may have heard or seen the example of, the amount of time that we have to dedicate to anything in our lives. And if you put the big rocks in first, and then you put the smaller rocks in later, and then you fill the jar with, all the little tiny things that come after that, which is the sand, the jar can be filled up. But if you try to put the sand in first, and then put the rocks in, and then put the big rocks in, there's never enough room in the jar. There's never enough room in your schedule. So the point of that is that you put the big rocks in first. And you got big rocks in your personal life, and you got big rocks in your business. And conference and boot camps are big rocks in the business. And not only coming by yourself, but bringing somebody with you, bringing somebody that's checking out our business or is new to the business. Those are really, really important. And you cannot understand why until you go. And I know that there are people that are on this that have been to these events will amen that, because there's just no way that we can possibly repeat to the level that you would get it at these events. But we do our best, which is why we want to share this stuff with you. So Wendy, and that was not part of Wendy's training. That just came out. But Wendy's training was conference caliber. And, one of the things that she talked about was the very first thing. She's somebody who was a distributor for a while and then just took off and has gone from literally becoming an NMD to being a 50 Club NMD in I think a year. And I didn't write down how quickly it happened, but it happened really fast. And, the first thing was going from limited thinking to abundant thinking and having a mindset for momentum. Once you get your momentum going, it's really, really easy to let it fall away, but it's also much easier to keep it going than it is to let it fall away and then start it back up again. So, it's kind of like, and Karen Ewald uses this analogy all the time, it's like riding a bike. Once you start riding a bike, the very first couple seconds, especially when you're a little kid learning how to ride a bike, it's hard to get it going. But once it gets going, you just use the momentum to keep it going. And that's why the phrase, it's like riding a bike, is a phrase, I think. So, but I love the phrase that she said, having a vigilant DMO. You've heard the phrase DMO, daily method of operation. It's what you do. It's what you choose to do with your business. If your DMO is, 15 minutes a day, or if your DMO is 3 hours a day, it's what you do. It's your daily method of operation. It's how many calls you're going to make, how many contacts you're going to make, what are you spending your time on? But I love the word vigilant. And what she said was, you decide, you guys decide. I am not here to decide for you what you're going to do with your business, what you want to get out of it. But when you decide what you're going to do, be vigilant about it and touch your business every single solitary day. And if you do that, you can walk away and you can rest well. If you say to yourself, I have 10 minutes today to make 2 phone calls, and you let the whole day go by and you don't do it, you're going to be beating yourself up just like you would if you said I have 3 hours and you only spend 15 minutes. Okay, so you decide what it's going to be and make it worthwhile and be vigilant about it and don't rest until it's done, and then you can rest well. The other thing is, she said, using the mission-driven model. So, this is an NMD who is exploding and duplicating, and she is using the tools. She's using the mission-driven model, and she is teaching people through that mission-driven model to qualify their business with 40 customers or 15 to 20 families. All right. And she talked about trios. For those of you who don't know what qualifying your business means, once you hit the virtual franchisee level, and you're at the 14% commission level, you have the ability to qualify your business. That's kind of the next step. Qualifying your business means that you have 1,000 points running through your business every month. That can either be from your personal orders, your customers' orders, or your dealers and direct distributors' orders. Okay, and if you really work toward getting 40 trio orders direct to yourself from your own customer base. Along the way, you're going to get other things. You're going to get complete orders. You're going to get duo orders. You're going to get children's health study orders on the duo or the trio. And of course, the trio would count for that. But you're going to be a very solidly customer qualified business, and you're going to be qualified on your own without having your team members play a part in that. And not that we don't want our team members to play a part in that, but if you can be solidly customer qualified on your own, you're going to just have a bigger paycheck, and you're going to have a more solid business because you're not going to have to rely on other people to help you get there. Okay, because we know that we can control our own relationship with our customers, but we can't control what Sally's relationship is with her customers. Okay, so those people are, they could fall away. But then we teach them to do the same thing we're doing too. All right. Okay. The other thing that she said she uses is the experience survey. How many of you guys know what the Juice Plus experience survey is? Okay. Okay. So I love this survey, and this is one of the things that I think I took this away actually after conference, and I've been using it. And I've been going back to customers that are even, more than a year old, and I've been doing the survey with them. So you can find this on the Mission Driven model, and it's going to be, I don't know exactly, I can't tell you exactly where it is, but it's in there. It's under, in the middle, like under where you were talking about customer service. And I'm sorry, I could share the screen with you right now. Do you guys want me to do that? Share the screen with you?
Doesn't it say survey on there? I thought
it might.
I think it does.
I don't know. I just go. I know where it is when I'm in there. I lost you. Okay. So anyway, you're going to pull up the survey, and you can actually email them an editable PDF if you want to. But I like doing this over the phone with people, and it is so cool. Like I had a guy who was the most skeptical. He is the husband of one of my customers, and he was the most skeptical dude ever. And kept telling her, we're not going to continue doing this. And I ended up calling him and talking with him directly and went through the survey with him. And we had the best conversation. And the cool thing about the survey is that it gives you the opportunity to share with people at each bullet point. If they've got something, for example, if they say, I've noticed that I'm able to recover quicker after a workout, then you can kind of talk to them a little bit about that. And every one of those questions relates back to our research. And you don't have to know all the research. You don't have to know, all the technicalities, but then you can, show them and share with them that we have research to back up all those questions. So it's pretty cool. And it will create really, really loyal customers, because then they can take their experience and they will notice things that they didn't realize had anything to do with Juice Plus. Okay, so this is just part of excellent customer care, and it can help them to turn around and add more products. They're going to add the Vineyard Blend because of that conversation. He's a pilot, and I told him about Guy DeBeau and his, he is a pilot, and he, talks about the fact that Vineyard Blend is so incredibly powerful. So it's a really great way to create more loyalty, and eventually, hopefully, they will become family plan users and maybe even start sharing Juice Plus with other pilots and other people in his profession. Okay. Okay. Some of the things that I loved that I heard were from Casey Schloss. And Casey spoke at Chicago Fest, and she also spoke at the Success Summit. And this woman, I don't know where she gets all of her energy, except for maybe just but she's just, she's on fire, and she's like, ready to pop pregnant and standing on that stage. And she had a horrible time getting there. Her flight was canceled. She ended up having to rebook a different flight. Her husband and daughter were going to come. They didn't even end up being able to make it, but she persevered and was there because she wanted to share this information with us. And one of the things that she shared with us was the Jim Rohn video that is the parable of the sower. And I'm going to put the link in our Team Bulletproof Zoom chat, or not Zoom chat, Team Bulletproof Voxer chat. And I want you guys to watch it. It's about 10 to 12 minutes long. Otherwise, I would do it right now. I don't want to run out of time. But I want you guys to watch it because it's specifically all about network marketing, and it's about sowing and reaping. And he talked about the fact that sometimes we plant seeds. Really what we're doing every day is we're planting seeds, and sometimes they fall on fertile ground and sometimes they don't, but you just have to keep sowing and then you can reap fruit from that. So anyway, this call is not turning out the way I wanted it to because I am doing the Michelle Show again, and I wanted my team to be doing the training. So I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to let you guys ask questions, and I'm going to let you share some of your things that you're doing differently, maybe as a result of some training that you received over Voxer, or from a boot camp that you went to this summer, or just ask questions, because that's what I want. I want a dialogue. So
I have a question for Tanya. I was wondering, you said you listen to something every morning.
Yes.
What were those called again?
I listen to is it Dana? Is it Wild? Is that how I say it? Yeah, the 6 CD. Michelle has it. I listened to that, and then they named off a boatload of books to read, and so one of the books I'm reading right now is by Kurt Beavers, who was amazing to listen to, and that one's called "Make a Life, Not Just a Living," and it's awesome. It's a really good book. And then I think I have like 6 or 7 books written down that I just haven't gotten to. I'm on my first one yet, but. And so those were the 2 things. But Michelle, don't you have like some more like positive like CDs or something there was? Yeah, so the Dana Wild CDs that Tanya's talking about, and I'm thinking I might have sent, I'll do this again, but I think I might have sent the link out on Voxer a while ago. It's a link into my Dropbox, but the Dropbox has CDs, and each CD has probably 10 or 11 different chapters, so to speak. And each chapter is literally no longer than 10 minutes long. So you might be able to listen to, 5 chapters in a matter of, it just depends. Sometimes you can listen to 5 chapters in 30 minutes because they're really, really short. Some of them might be like 1 minute long. But what Dana Wild is a network marketing professional who rose to the top of her company in a very short period of time, and recognized that her success was based on her mindset and her team's mindset. And so she trains on that, and it's really amazing training. It's all about just having the right mind, when it comes to how you're going to approach your day. And so I will put that back out there again, and I really highly recommend that you guys listen to it. You can download it to your iPod and listen to it while you're taking a walk. You can listen to it while you're brushing your teeth and doing your makeup in the morning, whenever it works for you. It's not something you have to be sitting down writing notes or anything like that. It's really about helping you to change the way you think. So that's a good one. And then the other thing is Audible. And if you download the Audible app, there's a ton of books on Audible. So I don't know if you do a lot of driving during the day, or, sometimes for people, these, the instruction to read books is difficult because they don't sit still very long. And a lot of these books are available. You can listen to them. You can listen to the author read them to you. The Compound Effect is available on Audible. I know that is a great book that we just did together as a team. Hi, Bobby. And Go for No is another book that I've heard recommended many, many times. And I don't know if that one's available on Audible. I would probably venture to guess it is. Is it, Tiffany? Yeah, on Audible? Okay. So those are a couple of really good ones. But and then Eric Worre, GoPro, is an amazing one for network marketing professionals as well. And that is for sure available on Audible. Okay. I'll put some of the other ones on Voxer too that they mentioned.
And another good place to go to just for some inspiration is the campbellteam.net. I'll go there a lot of times and just listen to, different messages that all the other, leaders have left before them. And there's some great, great ones to listen to, a whole wide range of them.
The NMD speeches are fun to listen to too.
Yes.
Where's the other?
Awesome. Okay. Anyone else?
I'm sorry I missed a lot of this, guys.
It's okay.
We had a lot of fun at the school exploring the classroom, so we got home later than we expected.
Well, we had some conflict. I don't know where Lisa or where Kelly and Jenna are, but I know that Lisa had a conflict and Claire had a death in the family, so they weren't able to be on. And so Tanya and I both shared, but I was like, oh my gosh, I'm talking too much. Let these guys talk and ask questions. So,
I know one of the other things they said was something about when you create the event to make it where you would want to go to your own event. So they were saying like to categorize it. So if you're like trying to go towards mommies or something, that, you know, to post, like put pictures up that gear more towards a mom, or you know, for older people or whatever. And then to have like fun with it, like changing the colors of things, and, you know, if you're printing flyers or whatever. So that was one of the things that I think it was Jake and Jenna Rude that were saying is, you know, your events should always be a lot of fun and, you know, being more geared towards who you are. So.
absolutely. Yeah, like martinis and motivation, right, Tiffany?
Yeah.
You got it.
And I know, Bobby, I think you and Rachel did one called Sip and Splash, and I am actually hosting one on Friday at like 1:00 called Sip and Sprinkle. And I'm putting a sprinkler out there for the kids, and I'm going to have wine for the mommies to sip, as well as smoothies for the mommies and the kids to sip. And I'm getting great response from that. So
Lindsay and I are doing that Saturday at 10 a.m. for the kids to wear them out before nap time. Shakes, smoothies, and sprinklers, or sprinklers and smoothies or whatever.
Love it. Yeah.
That's fun. We actually, at our Sip and Splash, we did energy balls. So we showed them how to do 2 different things with the complete, and those energy balls went so fast.
Oh, that's cool.
Kids kept coming back and back and back. And the next one, if we have time to do another one, I'm going to probably make an apple dip or something and show them complete 3 ways. So that was cool. That we hadn't done the energy balls before for that event, and when we did them, it was like they went so fast. And I just did one recipe worth, and there was plenty. I think there was enough for maybe 2 for each person, and they went really quickly. So
can you share the rest for that dip? That dip is just chocolate complete and PB2 butter, right?
It's actual peanut butter. 'Cause I think you need the peanut butter to make it creamy, you know, and smooth.
Yeah, smooth.
And then you add a little bit of water in it so that it's not so thick, and then you can actually scoop with the apple then.
Vanilla complete is really good with it too.
Yeah, I was
My
gonna
kids
say
like both chocolate and the vanilla. So
yeah, I was gonna say the vanilla is really good with it too.
Okay.
And there's also another recipe out there floating around for an energy ball recipe with the vanilla, and you can also make puppy chow with the vanilla complete or the chocolate complete with gluten-free rice checks too. So there's lots of goodies you can make with it.
Are those on like the HLR site? Or?
No, I think Penny Shack posted the puppy chow recipe. She did a little video and showing her making it. And I can post those though if you want me to.
Okay. Yeah,
yes, please.
Yeah. Those would be good ones to put on the whole Wellness for Life page so that everybody on the email team could see them. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And what other questions do we have, ladies? Anything else? Okay. Successes, success stories, challenges.
My husband sold a trio and a shake order this week.
All right.
Nice.
So I'm having kind of a slow month, but I know that I had a really awesome month last month. So I'm okay with it. And I have a lot of conversations going with people, but my husband actually was talking with a friend of his at work who is also on the capsules and the shakes, who's doing Transform 30 with us this month, and one of their friends was like, I want to do it too. So he was on the phone with them at like 11 o'clock the other night, and he was getting all the information to do a trio and a shake order. I'm like, okay, I need to recruit my husband. I need to have him help me more often.
That's right.
Yeah. Everybody's so quiet.
I know.
Bobby, I did talk to Matt about going on some more beer so we can do that beer event.
Cool. That's awesome. Jen's awesome idea with the, what do you call it, Jen? Happy hop?
Healthy hops.
Healthy hops. Is that
Really?
Or hops and health. Jen, is that what you call it? Jen, can you hear us? I think she's... All right, girl.
I don't know what.
Hops.
Healthy hop. I think it's healthy hops. Hops and
Yeah.
health, something like that.
Yeah.
But Emily's husband brews beer. Like he has his own thing in the basement, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, if we got him to brew us up a special something or other, we could do like a Oktoberfest type thing. Or
Yeah, I'm actually going to contact one of the local breweries here in town and see if they'd let me host a larger event there. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, we'll see how it
The
goes.
wine and wellnesses are awesome, but I think that they are more geared toward women.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a great idea to do something that's geared toward both. So
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. Hopefully Jen can hear us. Can you hear us, Jen? Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's 7:31. I want to give you guys the opportunity to get on Wendy Campbell's call tonight if you'd like to. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop the recording.